Okay, guys, I am back with kind of the next portion of the paintbrush series. And I didn't say before, but these are 3 inches, and I got them at Harbor Freight in a box like this. And I think, I want to say it was like $8 or $9, I think, for 12 of them. So cost effective wise, my opinion, it's far better to go that route. Okay, so and then the next thing you're going to need for this little project, if you're doing it with me, is glitter. Of course, do it in whatever colors you want, but I'm going to do it in the onyx, and you would be right that it looks a little bit purplish, but that is what was in the store. So yeah, it's okay. I think once it goes against the other colors we're using. Oh, and fine glitter, the extra fine. And then we'll be using a little bit of extra fine gold. And then I will be using, and technically I'm going to be using up this one first. There's not that much in there. It looks like one of my little nieces got a little something in there. A little bit of glue, something. So I'll use up this, but yeah, so that's like its replacement. So, and I got these at Walmart. I think my Walmart has them for like I want to say it's like $2.97 or something. Okay, so first we're going to take our glue, and glue I'm using, give me 2 seconds and I'll tell you. It's the Elmer's clear school glue. As some of you that have been with me for a while know, Gracie used to be really into making slime, and so I have these huge, because it's more cost effective to buy the big gluten things. These big jugs here. Yeah. So now that she's not really into glitter anymore, I have two, the clear, and then I have the like the regular colored glue, which I've used in other videos. So yeah, I have been trying to slowly find projects that I think will work for this. Because after I do all this glitter stuff, then I will be clear coating it. And this might be a mistake on video, I'm not sure. And again, it's going to be one of those kind of start and stop videos because I'm going to need to do some drawing before we can move on to the next colors. And always make sure when you're working with glitter, I'm sure most of you know, but some of you might not know, go ahead and keep your glue clean as far as like colors when you don't want colors transferred. Get a new brush, wash it out, do whatever you got to do, but keep it pretty clean, so you're not transferring colors. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of finger clean up the edges here a little bit, because that's where, on this particular one, that's where the red's going. So I kind of just clean up the edge like so. Okay, I'm going to set that one up and over here, and hopefully it's not going to, it might take off all the glue or all that glitter on the back there. We'll just have to see. Hopefully not. If not, I'll redo a little bit. Okay, so in contrast, this time I'm going to put the glitter on the bristles. Like so. And again, all of these brushes were pre-painted with gesso, just plain white gesso paint. I think in hindsight, I think I probably would have chosen just like regular like spray paint or just for time efficiency. And I am kind of worried. I think this might take a second coat on this if I'm being truthful. Oh, and I was saying, yeah, I'm going to seal it all with like a gloss spray. Probably my Rust-Oleum. By far my favorite. By far my favorite clear sealer. Okay, so that is basically stage 1 of this video. And I will be back in just a few minutes with the red. I got to do a little bit of cleanup here, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to join me for that. Plus, we've got to do a little bit of dry time. So, a couple minutes, and I will be right back. It'll be like 0 time in your world, but yeah, that seems to be working. Okay. All right, guys, I will be right back. Okay, guys, now we're going to move on to the red portion of this. And yeah, so let's just do that and we'll just see what we get. I'm going to go as close as I think I can to the black up there. Going around the corners, kind of careful. Yeah, it gets a little tricky when you're starting to try to put in like lines and whatnot. And you are going to have to deal with a little bit of color transfer, but if we try to mitigate it as much as possible. And I'm really trying really hard to make sure I don't have any like drips anywhere. But alas, it does not always work that way. Okay, now we just start pouring some red. Really hoping that these turn out because I'm really kind of doing them all at once. So I guess we will find out, huh? Okay, set that one up, and we're, like I said, we're kind of doing it a little bit different as far as we did the black down here. Now we're going to do red at the top. I feel like I can be a little more liberal with the glue to really get it set on there. I do think this is one of those times where we're really going to have to let these dry before we put on the last color, though. Just seems like something that should be done. Oh, and here I am putting it right in my face and not having it to where you can see it. My apologies, guys. Not intentional. I still don't have glue on these very edges, so don't do what I did. Oh, and put a lot of, oh, goodness. Woo. Okay, guys, I'm going to set these aside, and then we'll come back and we'll put on our gold. And hopefully, I'll go ahead and clean a little bit of that red off there. Kind of like we did the black. Looks like I got to get it on both sides. And I think I'll dust these when they're good and dry. I think I'll dust them before we put on the gold. All right, super cute so far. And I just wiped all that glitter off. All right, off camera, I'll go ahead and fix that right up. All right, guys, I will see you back in, for you, no time at all. For me, a couple minutes to let them dry. All right, guys, see you in a sec. Okay, guys, I am back again, and we're going to finish up these little things. Well, maybe not complete in this little turn, because then again I'll have to wait for it to that's actually not one that you've seen, but yeah, then I'll have to like wait for it to dry, and then we are going to decorate most of them. And when I say most of them, I mean because some of these, I'll tell you what they're going to be, but they're going to be personalized for my little nieces, and they're going to have their names on them. And so I'm not actually going to put their names out there into the universe there. Oh, and you're hearing Jessie because Gracie is down at the shop getting the tractor out so that she can do her bunny cages today. Okay. So yeah, interesting weekends, right? That's the life of, I don't want to say farming because we really don't have any other animals but rabbits right now. Normally we have some chickens and we've had goats and stuff before, but oh my gosh, I'm sorry, these were really cute. When you figure, or when I tell you what they are going to be, I think you'll like them even more. So yeah, this we house a lot of the rabbits in it's a converted shed basically, but we call it the rabbit barn. They're all like in their own separate cages. I know some people like to colonize, but with Gracie's projects, colonizing isn't really an option because it's all like specific like breed standard type things. And then when I mean by standard, like breed standard stuff, it's really like she has Holland Lops, and so they all need to be Holland Lop. And when you colonize, you should do it all with one breed, not like a mixture of breeds. Where a mixed breed isn't necessarily an issue, but with her projects, it's not desirable. Yeah, just not a desirable thing. Gosh darn it, did you see that? I'm gonna have to wipe that off before I put it back in my glue, because apparently I had excess red glitter there. Looks like I need a little more glue up there. Oh yes, and Jesse the collie is hopelessly in love with his girl, and he's just obnoxious. So I apologize, guys, that you're hearing him whine in the background, but those of you that have had collies know exactly exactly the trials and tribulations of how social they are. So I'm going to get this last one done, and then, yeah, I'll pause it to where you guys aren't having to hear. Oh, wait, I need to do the other side. What was I doing? Oh, apparently I'm going to have black in there too. I got to thinking we might put like a strip of ribbon in there, and I don't know that this part is actually going to matter a whole lot. Oops. So yeah, once she gets up here with the tractor, he'll stop. But yeah, so yeah, our girl, Paul's really made sure that she's pretty independent as far as not needing to depend on other people to do her projects, which I love that about him. And I don't know if I said before, like when we were on evacuation, he spent the good part of the summer teaching her how to load the camper, which I'm going to tell you was a big help. Like, cause he was over the road, on the day that we got evacuated. And had he not taught her the ways of loading a camper, boy, I would have struggled. Not gonna lie, I would have struggled. I mean, eventually I think I would have gotten there because, you know, I come from a long line of truckers, and obviously I married my husband, who was a trucker, and then my dad has owned his own trucking company since I was like 8 or 9. So I could have figured it out in the long run, but I so appreciate that about him, that he took the time to teach her. So yeah, Boy, that's a lot of gold glitter, isn't it? And they have an amazing relationship, so that I'm really grateful for too. He's always been a really good dad. I think I've said it before. I was a little worried because he likes other people's kids, but he wasn't like really enamored with the idea of having our own. And I think largely because his sister and brother are way older than him. I say way older, but like, I think his sister is like 6 years older than he is, maybe. Or 4 years, and then his brother is like 2 years older than that, I think. I honestly can't remember. I would have to look at a calendar. I'm so bad about that. I usually remember the birth dates, not the how old you are. At any rate, yeah, I think he got stuck babysitting a lot, which wasn't great for a young teen boy, you know. I mean, he did it without complaint, but yeah, okay. All right, so this is what it's looking like. So this one is going to be Santa Claus, right? So we've got his black boots, his gold belt, and his red hat. Okay, and then these are going to be Mickey Mouse. So I'm not going to add ears or anything, but I'm going to tie these with black ribbon up here, and then they'll be personalized, and then I'm going to put 2020 on it. And I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to have Gracie do calligraphy writing for me for each of their names and then put 2020 on it, or what. I'm not sure. But what I was saying a minute ago is I was thinking maybe if I did a little like red ribbon across there in the decorating, maybe that would help like delineate the lines a little bit better. Yeah, I've got a little bit here I'd like to maybe touch up. Okay, yep, I love that. Yeah, that looks like I'm gonna have to touch up a little bit almost everywhere. There's a little red spot there and a little red spot on the other one, and then a few little black areas to touch up. So yeah, all right guys, I will be back when those are dry, and then we will get started decorating. All right guys, I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, I am back to finish up this video, and hopefully we'll get through it. If not, we'll do a part 3. So we're good and dry. I'm not overly impressed with the black glitter. And I use black glitter as loosely as possible because it's not. It's more like a dark purple. It's all right though in these times here. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a little bit of a permanent marker in there and just kind of cleaning up those lines just a little. And I can show you kind of what this one looks like kind of finished. So basically how I want to finish it up is I want to put their name up here, and then I'm going to put like 2020 down here, all printed. And I will probably, since I have some of the ones that they're going to adults, I'm sure they don't care if their name is in there or not. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of clean up these little bristles down here at the bottom. Okay, so the Mickey one is by far the easiest one to do. And I'm actually not going to put ribbon on this one because it looks pretty good. There was some glitter transfer up here, but I'm not going to worry about it. So like I said, I'm just kind of going back in through those places and just kind of filling them in. The glitter's pretty good on there as far as staying. It's just a few little white pieces in there. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to put the ribbon on this one. I'm just going to go for it because I don't know. I kind of like the ribbon actually. I think it really, maybe it does set it off. Okay, we're going to do it anyways. Ugh, so indecisive. So backside, we'll use this as the backside. Again, I'm going to use my hot glue. Ouch, a little warm. This glue gun sucks. Okay. I don't know. I kept going back and forth. Do I like it? Do I not? Do I like it? Do I not? I do think I actually, in the end, ended up liking it. I mean, I wish that I had a little bit thicker ribbon to use. I think I probably would have liked that even more, but I'm really trying to stick with things I have in my stash, right? Because we all have like way too much. Well, at least I do. I have way too much. Like from past crafts and stuff. Like I just really feel like I want to use it up this year. Because I'd like to, at some point, be able to like buy new Christmas stuff, you know, because you see all this cute stuff, but then if you're like me, you're like, no, I'm not buying anymore. Again, I'm not going to worry about the hot glue specifically because I'm going to take my heat tool and melt it back into the project. And I've showed how to do that several times, but if you guys, any of you haven't seen it and would like to see it, I can show you again. It just makes it really, really nice melting it back into the project. And then it gets rid of your strings and it gets any like blobs. It kind of melts those down. It's just a really nice way to get rid of that. Like I just have a big string there. Oh, darn it. And I didn't get that tight. So a lot of you guys have asked, but I don't think I've ever said, Paul and I did have a good date. It wasn't, I mean, there's not much you can do right now, right? So I ended up just taking him dinner by the time he got parked and everything. So it was still good. We had fun talking. It wasn't really romantic per se, but I don't know that Paul and I really have romance as much as we have like just talk, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I hesitate to say this, but we're not typically like the romantic couple. Do you know what I mean? Of course he buys me flowers and stuff. I guess the romance comes from the day-to-day stuff more so than like dates or gifts, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm getting at. I don't know. Because I'm the kind of girl who would much rather go like camping than out to like a nice restaurant. I know that's really hard to believe, but yeah, I'm just not really into the fancy dinners and restaurants and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I do have my clothes that I can absolutely do that, but given a choice, I would much rather go camping than go to a restaurant. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of basic that way, I think. Not that there's anything wrong with basic. I don't think there is. I mean, some of us like that kind of thing, but I just, you know, I think one of the things that drives me nuts about it is that it's not doing my hair and whatever. It's that the cost. You guys haven't figured out yet. I'm kind of a frugal girl. I don't really like spending money unless I absolutely have to. Okay. So, and you know what? I didn't even look to see what time we were getting at. Since I'm off a little bit here, again, I'm just going to go ahead and take my red marker over the top of that. And it does color it down a little bit. It just blends it out a little. I don't think that precision was the name of the game for me on these little brushes. I think they're still cute, but yeah, apparently I missed the mark a little bit on precision when it came to lining these things up. I mean, in my defense, I don't usually use glitter, so I'm not overly familiar with it as far as how to work it with the glues. All right, so then what I did is I just took one of, I have a little Mickey punch here, which I bet you've seen hanging out in the frame. And then I just hot glued that down. And just, I mean, you probably already saw it, but just a warning, I bet you that this is going to turn into an almost hour video by the time we get done here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and snip those ends. Feed it through. I like to do bows, but you really could probably like make them like string pieces. And it looks like I got a little bit of okay, so I get it as tight as I can, and then I go ahead and put a little tiny blob of glue there to kind of just secure that in there, and then I let it sit for a second, and I kind of multitask, kind of get that in there. I think the tips are, because this isn't the first one I've had to do, so I'm guessing that the tips are just vulnerable when it comes to the glitter. And then I just tied my little bow up here. And I literally suck at tying bows on camera, so bear with me. Okay. Wow, Oh, that was a lot of wasted black, wasn't it? Because I don't need to make them that long, huh? And then I'm just going to put yet another little dab back in there. Kind of secure that bow in there. Don't know that that's necessary, but it makes me feel better, so. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and snip off these little edges here. Pull it back a minute to burnish those edges. Okay, now the finishing touch that I'm gonna do is on this last one I put a little red thing up there, but yeah, I think I'll stick with red. I was thinking maybe, I think I had some like onyx ones or some like black ones. I think I'll just stick with red. Cohesiveness, right? Oh, but I bet you my head was just in the way. If it was, sorry guys. All right. I'm filming. Somebody must be done with her rabbit cleaning. Okay, so that is the little, oh, and I didn't trim this down. That is a cute little Disney Mickey Mouse ornament. All right, okay. Now I'm going to try to make this next part pretty quick, but it's, like I said, it may not be, and we may be into it for an hour. So, get that out of there. Wipe that off a little bit. I have so much cleanup to do. Oh yeah. Okay. So, and actually I forgot one piece. I'm going to go ahead and do like a vintage, Santa one, or maybe not, maybe the word isn't vintage that I'm looking for. Maybe I'm looking more for like, that might be interesting on there. And I'm kind of bummed. I'm almost out of the doilies that I got from Lori at Grammy's Keepsakes like a year ago. I've been kind of, I use them, but I use them sparingly. That's all I've got left. And when she sent it, it was like a big piece. Oh, look at that. I already have one that's cut in half. So yeah, we're going to play with these. And then I brought some of Susie's little pieces. I'm going to kind of do very similar to what I did with the other one. Oh, this stuff is so pretty. I'll end up cutting some of that off. Trim that off. Because I don't want to put on so much that you can't see the gold from the back. Okay, I want the gold to kind of pop through. But yet I still want Santa. Santa on there, but we definitely need more. Trim a little bit of this, see how we get on with that. Okay, I think I like that because it's vintage yet still retro. Okay, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's glue this piece down. Ooh, that's warm. I want that one to kind of be there. And then I'm gonna just kind of lay this up here and depend on the glue I put back on the back of this guy to be enough. I am kind of bummed because I'm gonna have to go get more of these brushes if I want to make any more. Because I'm bummed, not because I've used them, but because I would have wanted to have made more of them. I do think though, if I make more, I'm not doing glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and do paint instead. Oh my goodness, so stinking cute. Not gonna lie, I am loving this. See what I mean? These scissors are just about done. Let's see if I have any better luck with the old trusty dusties. A little bit. I'm going to trim just a little off that one. Okay. Okay, now, do I want a little more off these sides? I think I do. A little more. There. Okay, now let's work on his little topper. All right, do we want, I think I want green or gold. I don't think I have enough gold. I think that ship sailed last year, but I do have cording. Won't make a very nice bow though. Yeah, that's all the gold I got left. I have this one. It's more of a yellow gold. Okay, and I know I have some green. Ooh. And this is the last of the green I got. Or I have white and I don't have anything small. Let's do the green. And for a penny and for a pound, right? There's probably a much easier way to go about doing this, but probably. How about that? Did you like that in your eyeball? Oops. Did that backwards. Of course I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Hold on. What am I doing here? I didn't do it backwards. I'm just backwards. Yeah, that top, those tops are going to be a bit vulnerable, so, which over time won't be a big deal, right? Because that'll vintage it out. But okay, so again, I'm just going to put a little dollop of glue in there. Just kind of helps hold it. Okay. And then while that's kind of setting, just take a little bit of that red marker in there. Disguise it up a little bit. Well, that glue worked real well, didn't it? Actually, I'm actually having a different thought. What if we just left it like that and left them hanging down instead of tying a bow? Okay, and then we really actually get some glue in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and burnish my ends really quick so I don't forget. Holy moly. The sun's setting here, so that's why you see a little bit different lighting. And for whatever reason lately at sunset here in Colorado, it's been getting really warm in my craft room. I don't know. And then I have another thought. Oh, I was going to burnish those ends. Okay, let me burnish those really quick. Oh, darn, it looks like I'm going to have to go shopping to finish out my Christmas presents and get some little stuff. All right, guys, I'm trying to decide bulb pin and little jangle jangles. I kind of like it just the way it is, though. All right, I'm going to leave it just how it is, and if I change it, then I'll show you, okay? All right, so I know we got some glitter mess here, but I'll just show you the ones we did today. And that, ladies, concludes the quick and easy paintbrush. And I might add a couple more, and if I do, I'll go ahead and make another video or two with it sometime in December. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.